Hey guys, Sabri Suby here, and in today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about exactly how to find the bullseye of any market. But before we dive straight into that, one of the things that I really want to talk to you about is setting yourself up with the best shot to win straight out of the gate. Now, what do I mean with that? Well, most people, when they're thinking about business, they never really think about, okay, well, if I was in the worst case scenario, what is it going to take to grow my business? They're like, I just need more customers. But they don't actually think about it and really think about in the future and think about what is it exactly that I am going to do to have to get lots of customers. And am I selling a product or service that is even going to allow the mathematics to stack up where this is going to be a feasible business? I.e., if you're selling $20 products or $30 products or even $100 products, going out there and trying to use advertising to bring customers in at a profitable basis on the front end is going to be very hard. And the chances of that actually happening are going to be very, very slim. So really what you want to be thinking about is, we're in a day and age where we can actually sit down and we can start to plug numbers into a spreadsheet and figure out exactly, with a little bit of margin of error of how much it's going to cost us to get a customer. And you really want to be thinking about, okay, I'm selling a $3,000 product and I want to get 3 sales per month and I want to do $9,000 per month in revenue. Now, you want to give yourself the best shot of being successful, and that is giving yourself the best shot, where if you're selling a product that's $100 or $200, it really doesn't matter how good the marketing is. If you're spending $1 or $2 to get a click in terms of going out there and buying traffic, that whole exercise is not going to be profitable because you're going to be spending anywhere between $100 to $300 in order to acquire a buyer. If you look at a 1 or 3% conversion rate of that traffic, and it's just, you're setting yourself up in a way that you're just destined to fail. Before you build a website, before you write any ads, before you hire any agencies or any staff members or anything, you're already in a position where it is a very, very small chance that you are ever going to win. So, I don't want to have those challenges in my life and in my business. I want to architect a business where from the very get-go, the numbers make sense. So really, if you're selling lower priced products, the thing that I would urge you to do is to think about what is it that you could sell that's going to solve a big enough problem that's going to allow you to command higher fees, because it's going to be so much easier for you to go out there and get customers at a profitable basis. And that's going to kind of segue us into finding the bullseye of your marketplace. Because far too often what I see business owners do is selling things that are convenient for them to sell, that they want to sell because they have a passion in it, or they naturally gravitate towards it because they have an interest in it. They're looking to sell a product or a service rather than really solve a problem and really deliver results to people. So it doesn't matter about the traffic channel or how crazy your funnel is or how much of a wordsmith you are with your sales page. And this is something that I see people obsess over. They're like, oh, I'm a really killer copywriter, or look at this funnel, or look at this chatbot. And none of that shit matters if you don't know what the bullseye is of your marketplace. So what do I mean when I say bullseye? I mean, what is that center point that it has just the most burning, pressing problem where they would be willing to spend any amount of money to solve that problem, right? And it's just really where the biggest burning need is for that marketplace, not where it is that you want to sell, or a product that's easy for you to deliver on, or something that you like. No. I'm talking about literally looking at the market that you're operating in and thinking about like, where is the bullseye? Where is the most pain? Where is the biggest hairy problem that people are looking to solve in order to get the result that they want to? And really, I would say my ability to be able to zero and laser in on this bullseye of a marketplace is what has allowed me just to go into markets and just crush the competition. And it's not because like I'm focused on like what are the products and services that we sell, but I'm focused on what is the biggest problems that my market is experiencing, right? So if I know that, and if I'm fulfilling on that bullseye better than anywhere else, my copy doesn't need to be the best copy in the world. My ads don't even need to be the best in the world, because it's like, you know, if you're thinking about it like at the end of a marathon, right? There's two people at the end of the marathon, and you know, somebody is selling like a bowl of pasta and the other person is selling like an ice cold bowl of water, and the person selling the bowl of pasta has like crazy sales copy and they're telling you about all the ingredients and you know, it's all brought in from Italy and it's incredible and it was like cooked by this Michelin star chef and all this stuff, and then the other person just has ice cold water. Like the person that has ice cold water is going to sell a shit more water than the person that's selling pasta, right? And it's because they're fulfilling on the bullseye of that marketplace. And that's a very cut and dry example, but you want to be looking at in your marketplace, like what is the actual product or service that you deliver? And is it the thing that your market desires the most? Is it the mass market desire that is just such a big problem that it's got your prospects up at night, like in a cold sweat, tossing and turning, unable to sleep until they really solve this problem or answer these questions? And that's where you want to operate. You want to be thinking about where is all the different services that people are selling in your marketplace, but what is the one that people are willing to spend the most amount of money on? And that typically falls into, you know, what is the dream come true experience for your prospects and for your clients? Like if they had a magic wand and they could say like, this would be the best outcome that I could ever have. I would absolutely be a dream if I signed up to this service and then customers just started showing up at my door in a week and I had to do nothing. It was like a light switch. I turned it on and then pop, 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 customers would just start popping into my business. Or you might be in property investment and it would be like I could just come and speak to somebody and then I would have an investment portfolio that would be valued at $10 million in 3 years' time, right? That is the dream come true experience. Then what you need to think about is, okay, what is a service or a product that I could craft that would actually be close to delivering that dream come true experience, knowing fully well that the further away that you get away from that dream come true experience, the further you're moving away from what the bullseye of that marketplace is. So when I say bullseye, that's what I'm talking about, right? I'm talking about that's exactly what they want. How do you hit it in the middle of the bullseye so that your offers and your ads, they almost write themselves, because this is exactly what people want. And then they just buy with as least resistance as possible, rather than thinking about like, well, it's really convenient to me to sell advice on this thing, or not to do any of the complex, hard things that would deliver the best result for this prospect. And I'll just burden that prospect with all these really hairy problems and all this complexity, right? Then you are moving away from the bullseye, and it's going to be infinitely harder for you to convert a cold prospect and to turn them into a paying client. So really what you want to be thinking about is, you don't want to be like obsessed about your product and service. You want to be obsessed with the customer, and more so your market, and the things that are going to change throughout time, and like what are the problems that is always going to be a pressing problem that market is always going to be experienced. In our business, that's customers. It doesn't matter what the traffic channel is. It doesn't matter if it's Facebook or it's Google, or you're running LinkedIn ads, or it's text messages or chat bots. Like all of that shit is just the delivery vehicle, right? It's not the ends to the means. It's not getting them customers. That's all a vehicle to to help them solve the problem of getting more clients, right? So really what we are focused on as a business is just being completely results orientated, and we don't care what the channel is. We're a channel agnostic agency, and that's because we are just so focused on really delivering the result to people, which is to getting them new clients. And the reason that I wanted to make this video for you is that I just see it far too often that the business owner will start as the practitioner, and they'll be like, you know, I really love cooking this food, so I'm going to start up a catering business, and then I'm going to start running ads, and I'm going to build a catering business around this, when they might be cooking some weird like niche Tahitian food that there's not a huge demand for. There's no mass market desire for that. Therefore, they are very far off the bullseye. Therefore, you know, when they go out there and start running ads or building a website, it's the chances of them ever making that business a success are so slim. And then they look at all these other variables and they start to blame them, when they could have just looked at what is the bullseye of this market, what is the dream come true experience, what is the mass market desire, and how do I craft a product or service that sits dead in the center of that bullseye and then fulfills on that problem and delivers the results better than anyone else in my marketplace. And if you can go and do that, you will literally be unstoppable. I have gone up against the best copywriters in the world and have absolutely shattered their results based on me knowing how to hit that bullseye in the marketplace. How to really know what is it that those people want. You know, you can have the most crazy dressed up copy with insane bullets and really strong leads and outlandish hooks that miss the mark because they're not focused on what the dream come true experience is of that marketplace. And really that's the thing that I would urge you to look at in your business, is to take stock, have a look at, you know, and the way to do that by taking stock is by interviewing your customers. It's by going out and reading forums. It's by looking at Amazon reviews. It's about looking at what are the biggest pain points? What are the questions that people are asking in that marketplace? And you will definitely, once you've got like, you know, a good read on the pulse of a market, and it's, when I say got a good read on it, it's not something that you get a read on it and then you stop. You need to be a student of markets. It needs to be something that you constantly look at. You've got the best read on your marketplace, so you know when things shift. So when the tectonic plates in an industry start to move, you know what the desires of that marketplace is, and you can craft offers that speak to those desires better than anyone else in the marketplace. And that's how you eradicate noise, get cut through, and crush the competition. So I urge you to do this periodically, every quarter, every 6 months, every year. Take stock and really make sure that you are really crafting messages and products and services around the biggest desire and bullseye in your marketplace.